When a child feels safe and secure, there is happiness. It's why Marcos and Emiliano Estrada will always connect their best childhood memories to their Habitat for Humanity home.
We had these huge cardboard boxes, and what we did was we made forts out of them, and we got our Nerf guns and we were playing Fort Wars.
Most of the time in the summertime, you'll see us outside with a water gun or a net. We like to catch bees and catch grasshoppers. So that's mostly what we're doing out in the summertime.
We're boys.
The Estrada family remembers when there was no yard, no home, no certainty. They have gone from living in a cramped basement to their new Habitat house. It has changed their life now and their future.
It's amazing the impact that it had on all of us, all around, to have that stability, to be able to say you have a home, and to start looking into the future as to, invest more into it and to be able to plan things around it.
David and Ann can relate to uncertainty and pressure. Raised by a single mom, they were never sure how the bills would get paid.
It was just normal to us, growing up in poverty and not having electricity and not having, even food to eat sometimes. Again, that's where Mom came through, and a lot of nights you hear her crying on her knees, praying. And I remember that every day she'd wake up, or she'd be crying. And an hour later she'd come and give us all a hug and I love you guys. And, it was just normal though.
In 1982, the Padilla family moved into the 9th house ever built by Habitat Metro Denver. The house represented more than a roof and walls. It was a safe place, a fresh start for a family that had gone through so much.
Our house was it was that stability that we needed. So then it wasn't overnight at all, but it definitely was the starting place for our lives to change.
All 5 siblings went on to finish high school, get stable jobs, and have families of their own.
My parents had the 21 grandchildren, and none of them have had to live in poverty. None of them have had to do any of the things that we went through. So it changed our life, but it changed my mom's life and it changed all of the kids' lives. It's just completely night and day.
Every Habitat home builds a personal story.
We lived in an apartment, and the apartment itself wasn't the nicest. It wasn't in the nicest neighborhood, and there was watermarks everywhere. There was bugs, and the ceiling wasn't so great. There was holes in the windows, and it just wasn't safe. It wasn't great, and compared to where we are now, I mean, it's like a shed and a castle. Before Habitat in high school, I wasn't doing very great. College was always a dream. I was like, oh, you have to go to college. You should go to college. It would really help us, but it was never how am I supposed to go to college if we can't even afford our apartment? I can honestly say that because Habitat provided security, it helped me secure a future.
After 35 years, the impact is undeniable. From families who moved in last year to families who moved in 3 decades ago, they have all been changed forever through the love and support provided by Habitat for Humanity.
I love it. I love the feeling that I could say I am a homeowner. I love the stability that I have, that my kids have.
I feel like Habitat has helped us to help others. I think that's probably the biggest thing, is it's not just changed our circumstances, but it changed who we are.
it gives me hope for the future, and it makes me feel like I can do whatever I want and I can be whatever I want just because Habitat made something so impossible possible.